Up next, we will take you inside the Lighthouse Guild. It's an organization helping the visually impaired and those with other medical conditions for more than a century.
That's right, Annika. And GuildCare, which is their adult day healthcare program. Imagine you come here every single day, you see friends, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And that's exactly what happened to the folks here. But thankfully, it is back. We're going to introduce you to the clients here from GuildCare. Really great folks. When the news continues in New York 1 from right here at the Lighthouse Guild.
They are glad to be back. That is the consensus among clients at an adult day health care program in Manhattan that caters to those who are visually impaired or have chronic medical conditions. The Lighthouse Guild was closed for more than a year, obviously because of the pandemic. It is back now, offering its many services. Roger spent some time there recently and has their story. Hey, Roger, good morning. This is such great news.
Oh, Annika, I can't tell you, everybody here wanted to talk to me because they just wanted to tell me how glad they were to be back here at GuildCare. And indeed, it's a program for those who are visually impaired, but also for those with other chronic health issues.
Okay, you feel okay? No
yes,
symptoms?
of course I feel okay.
That's Susan Ritchie of Riverdale, completing a health assessment check before making her way to the table she sits at every day at the GuildCare Adult Day Health Care Program at Lighthouse Guild, the organization that's been providing services for the visually impaired for more than a century.
See the rope on the left here? That's for safety.
Ritchie has been blind since birth, and as part of vision therapy, she finds her way around through a series of ropes, rails, and even raised bumps on the radiator.
She's being really taught to navigate this environment. We try to really empower them to be as independent as possible in this environment.
GuildCare provides a variety of services and activities for its more than 100 clients. Most of them are visually impaired, but the program welcomes individuals with other chronic health issues.
We offer services to all ranges of disability, whether it's physical disability or vision or speech, and so we're really, really proud of the programs we're doing here.
GuildCare had to shut down in mid-March of 2020 because of the pandemic. Clients say it was rough being isolated at home, not being able to take advantage of the program for all of those months.
I am at home, so stressed out, being locked up in the house and all like that. So it's nice being out again.
I'm so happy I came back.
For the nursing care, morning snack and lunch, and therapeutic activities like this horse racing game, that's a crowd favorite.
This is why they come. They come for the fun, and they come to be together.
Client Albert Harris couldn't agree more. He's glad to be back.
Once you get used to something, you stick with it if you can, I like it here, I really do.
Find out more about GuildCare at lighthouseguild.org.
Yeah, and Annika, I tell you, I had such a blast talking to the folks here. So I talked with Roz, who grew up on the Lower East Side. She said she grew up on Pitt Street. She used to swim at the Pitt Street pool, and she had been to Graceland. So we talked about Elvis. I talked with Susan about Johnny Cash, and then I talked with Mr. Harris about the blues. We just had such a good time, and they were so happy to be here, so it was cool.
It certainly sounds it. Roger, thank you. And coming up next, we will take you inside the Lighthouse Alliance. It's an organization that helps the visually impaired and people with other medical conditions, and it's been doing so for more than a century, Roger.
Yeah, Annika, the Lighthouse Guild goes way back to the early 1900s. So many services for those who are visually impaired and other chronic illnesses. We're going to tell you about something called GuildCare, an amazing program here that makes sure that folks have all the medical things they need. And they, just hanging out with friends. We'll tell you more. And we're going to talk to the president and CEO of the Lighthouse Guild coming up when the news continues on New York 1.
They are glad to be back. That is the consensus among clients at an adult day health care program. It's in Upper Manhattan. It caters to those who are visually impaired or have chronic medical conditions. The Lighthouse Guild was closed for more than a year during the pandemic. It is back now offering its many services, and that is where we find our Roger Clark this morning, the president and CEO, with you there this morning, Roger.
Yeah, Annika, that's right. You know, I got a chance to spend some time at GuildCare the other day with the clients. I mean, amazing group of people. We had such a blast. We talked about music. We talked about sports. We talked about people's old neighborhoods. And that's what it's all about. But it's not just that. It's also about making sure that these folks are healthy. Something they didn't get to do for months when it was closed because of the pandemic. It is reopened again. Let's talk to the president and CEO of Lighthouse Guild, and that is Dr. Calvin W. Roberts, who's an ophthalmologist by trade. And it's actually, strangely enough, it's rare for an official ophthalmologist to be head of an organization like this. Right?
Yes, but this is all about vision, and that's what we're here for. And I spent my whole life talking about vision. You know, at GuildCare, we are the only adult day healthcare program in New York State, specializing in services for people who are blind and visually impaired. What I love about this program is that we provide nursing care and medical management, diabetes care, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, social work, all the services that people would need to keep them healthy. These are all people who are not only visually impaired, but have a bunch of medical problems as well.
And one of the things that was, you know, I mean, this has been rough. You guys finally were able to open your doors again a couple of weeks ago. But that was a long stretch where some of these folks were isolated by themselves. I can't even imagine what it was like for them. You know?
Yeah, because we talk about isolation and what it does for people's mental health. But for these people, it really affected their physical health. But these people need care. They need nursing care. They need medical management. And during the pandemic, they couldn't get that care. And so we were trying to do what we could remotely to help them. But there's nothing like being in person and giving them not only the medical care they need, but that social experience as well.
What I was really impressed about was for the folks who are visually impaired is this kind of, I guess you call it vision therapy. And I met this really cool lady named Susan and watched her make her way into the facility and kind of get used to the environment with help. But she was able to do it pretty much on her own. Yeah.
Right. So navigation and management, those are really important skills for us, to people be able to feel comfortable in their environment, be able to walk around, know where they are, know where their friends are, know where the facilities are. Absolutely. So being able to help people, because those great skills then just translate to what they can do at home and when they're out on the street and shopping and all the other essential skills that people need.
Dr. Roberts, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are back, as I know they're glad to be back. Great talking with you. Dr. Calvin W. Roberts, President and CEO of the Lighthouse Guild. If you want to find out more, if you know someone who might want to be interested in the program, lighthouseguild.org. Annika.
Yeah, congrats to them for getting back up and running.